So, you wish to die. There are a plethora of possible circumstances that have brought you here to the brink. Death, trauma, dishonor, disease, impairment, depression. But why choose any one excuse? There is a common thread, I will argue, because the outcome will remain consistent between them all. You will cease to exist. I will focus chiefly on the commonalities between all branches of suicide, therefore, because to dwell upon every possible instance would be a task I am unfit for. Foremost, banish from your mind that your present agony will be the cause to your proposed suicide. It is the reaction you have towards your emotions and anguish that will ultimately cause your death. If you were paralyzed right now and in the same state of emotional turmoil, you would survive merely because you were physically incapable to react to them negatively. Therefore, despite how unpleasant it would be, you can survive this state you are in whether you wish it or not. It is well within your ability to be passive and refrain from this action. Secondly, consider a question you may have been faced with already. Is your life yours to take away? Clearly, the answer is yes. It is impossible to not own what you embody. You are your life. It is not an object outside of you. It is yours to do with as you see fit, for the only thing a person can truly own is himself. No slave driver may take this away from an individual. But what of God? Does he own your body? Ask first if you are God. That is the only way he may own you. So then, after considering this, does that mean you should take the plunge, even though you own your life? There will be consequences once it has been extinguished. Weigh these possible consequences carefully if you value anything in the world you have chosen to abandon. I will be dead, you say. What do these consequences mean to me, who will no longer exist to see them carried out? And besides, my death would not cause that much harm. You are naive if you truly believe you would know exactly what would happen in the world if you ceased to be. But in any case, that is true. You would not exist and thus be immune to whatever tragedy may unfold. If, in complete secrecy, you shot a man in the face, he would not exist to be angry at you. Is anything justifiable as long as the object of the action can no longer react? But you care not for justice or ethics, perhaps, and you only value what is to your benefit. Consider, my dear hedonist, how you yourself may benefit from killing yourself. You cannot benefit from suicide because you will become non-existent. What may claim the fruits of your action? You are nothing upon death. As nothing, you can enjoy nothing. You act as though suicide is stepping from a humid room into a different air-conditioned one. You are trading something for nothing. Do you not understand that? You do not believe that you should exist. What do you mean? You do, indeed, exist. Is that not proof enough you have a place in this world? Has God, has nature, made some sort of mistake? How prideful you are. You do not understand what you are saying. Your parents, though they conceived you, have no place to tell you whether or not you have the right to exist. You exist, therefore you should exist. But perhaps you do not argue that you should have never existed. Instead, you claim that you should no longer live and your proper time on earth is over. How, may I ask, can you decide exactly when your time has come? If your exit is permitted by God or nature, it will be apparent. It is only when your continued existence conflicts with the natural order of things that suicide should even cross your mind. Even then, suicide is an ethical matter, and a hedonist has no reason to ever wish his own death. For those who value morals, consider if anything outside of your control hinders you from living a virtuous life. Are you bent by others to do that which is evil? Are you incapable of escaping from that trap? Will your death save your friends in some great way, and to live would doom them? Have you been struck by a severe ailment or mutilation which will make life intolerable and cause you to only commit more vices than virtue? A life incapable of virtue is not worth living. This is the only justification for suicide, for your death would be one virtue you could offer. Do not gaze longingly at a noose because you are mired in sorrow or depression. You are more than able to do what is good in the world, despite your emotional burdens. Reactions are well within your power and not outside of it. Therefore, suicide is then pointless in these instances and only an excuse to not improve. Take pride then if you are able to bear what burdens you are given. Why do you look for petty excuses to quit? It is a rarity for the above extreme circumstances to occur, and yet you scramble to be one of the minority, as though they were fortunate. Consider all of these things if you value rationale over human impulses. Then, after much consideration, consider some more. You have your entire life to decide.